Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart, and welcome to our first look into the world of devils. Today we are looking at Power from the anime called Chainsawman. To those unaware, Chainsawman is not in fact the newest release in Marvel's dumpster fire of Phase 5.
There is a force of evil that not even the Avengers can defeat on their own.
And is instead an actual good manga created by Tatsuki Fujimoto. The world of Chainsawman is bleak and violent. Powerful beings from hell called devils roam the world and have the instinctive drive to kill, torture, and devour humans. Each devil is attached to a different concept, and their power levels are determined by how much people fear them. So some devils are weak, like the sea cucumber devil, while others are potentially civilization ending, like the bomb or gun devil. Our character today is Power, a special kind of devil called a fiend that has taken over the corpse of a human in a last-ditch effort to prevent their own death. Power was originally the blood devil, and she claims that she was so powerful that other devils ran away in fear of her scent. I tend to believe her, but for now she works for Makima on her special squad for the public safety devil hunters. At the beginning of the series, Power acts as you would expect an evil entity of hell that thrives on human suffering should act. She's childish, greedy, and completely self-motivated, and would just as soon hunt humans as she would hunt devils. Even though she currently works for Makima and for the safety of Japanese citizens, she gets immense joy and satisfaction watching others suffer. Her only friend in this world is a cat that she calls Meowie, and she only became attached to the creature once she began to fatten him up and was exposed to him over a long period of time. Power begins the series as a very solid, chaotic evil character, and personally one of my favorites that this series has to offer. Which makes sense, because according to the series author, her character was based off of Eric Cartman from South Park, which is just the most hilarious tidbit of information that I've heard on this show. But with all of that out of the way, let's go.
Once I have earned such glorious esteem, all you humans will kowtow to me. My first act shall be to implement a 100% sales tax!
Nah, she's always like that.
Oh, no worries.
All right, on your knees, mortal scum! Including so-called partners! You stand in the presence of power!
Power is introduced in episode 2, where she is assigned as Denji's hunting partner. She's okay at her job, but she's great at annoying Denji. Chaotic neutral.
'Tis that house yonder.
Alrighty then. Won't get there standing here.
In episode 3, after getting scolded by Makima for killing a devil that someone else was assigned to, Denji and Power bond over their pets. Power strikes a deal with Denji. If he can save her cat from the devil who stole it, he gets to cop a feel. This was merely a ploy to sacrifice Denji to the devil in exchange for her cat. Too bad the devil doesn't uphold his end of the bargain, eating Power and her cat. Fortunately, her deal with Denji provided more than enough motivation for him to save her, regardless of her betrayal. Neutral evil.
What a dismal abode you have here.
Your apartment can comfortably house 3 people, and I'd like it if Power was one of them.
After Denji saves Power, the Leech Devil joins the fight, nearly killing them. Aki shows up just in time to save them and arrests Power for betraying Denji and going outside of city limits. The next day, Makima invites Power to move in with Aki and Denji. I thought Denji was messy, but woo! Power is a different breed, literally. She makes living together insufferable, and it's not like she's trying to make the situation worse. She's just doing what comes naturally and being defiant, so chaotic neutral, actually. As Denji, Power, and Aki start getting used to each other's company, Power makes good on her promise to Denji for saving her cat. Lawful neutral.
You think he's still pissed about this morning? That's gotta be it, right?
In hindsight, it's clear our prank went too far.
In episode 5, Power joins up with Denji, Aki, and the rest of the Special Forces 4. Their mission is to collect as many stray fragments of the Gun Devil as they can. Their hope is that they can collect enough fragments so that it'll show them the way to the Gun Devil, allowing them to get rid of it for good. Since Power doesn't really have a say in the matter, she doesn't get any points for helping out, where in our Denji video, we'll be giving him something a little bit different. Power and Denji don't really take the situation seriously, and makes it generally worse for everyone. There's a number of times where Power tests the team's nerves to the point where they have to show her not to fuck with them. 2 chaotic neutrals.
What the?
You went down, so why are you up?
In a hotel where a piece of the Gun Devil has led them, the Special Force 4 is struggling to find the demon when they realize that they're magically stuck on the 8th floor. Denji and Power then use this downtime to entertain themselves while the superiors figure it out. Neutral.
My Nobel Prize will remain forever out of reach if I am unable to depart this warped hotel. Die for my award-winning idea.
After a certain amount of time passes in the hotel, the devil finally reveals itself and demands that Denji be fed to it in exchange for everyone else's freedom. Power doesn't care about his life, so she just wants to be out, and you know, makes it everybody else's problem. After enough time passes, Denji then jumps down the devil's mouth, trying to cause it so much pain that it can't stand being alive anymore and just lets them go. His plan works and everyone leaves the hotel. Power was patient enough to wait out the entire situation, but she hardly helped, ate all the food, and overall made the situation worse. We're gonna give her a chaotic neutral for this.
I'm still in disbelief, Power. Not many fiends suppress their homicidal desires, but you do it with ease.
My excellent IQ is to thank for that marvel.
After the successful mission against the Infinity Demon, Power is invited to a work get-together. She hogs most of the meat tray to herself, but isn't excessively violent, loud, or rude. She's probably too busy eating to be a nuisance, but still, she's on her best behavior, so lawful neutral. In episode 8, Power, Denji, Himeno, and Aki are all having lunch together when they get jumped by the Katana Man and Akane. Denji gets kidnapped, Himeno sacrifices herself to save Aki, and Power brings Aki to the hospital after he nearly dies. Power sort of stood back and did nothing when everyone else tried their hardest to defeat the Katana Man. Even though she did basically nothing to help, she didn't really make the situation worse either. True neutral.
We came to eat your get well fruit, nothing more.
Power wasn't in episode 9, so we're gonna skip ahead to 10. And since she isn't allowed to go anywhere without supervision because she's a devil, and also because she acts like a child, Denji brought her with him to visit Aki in the hospital. She's extremely bored and finds solace in comic books and apples, but she does cause a commotion in the hospital that probably would have gotten her kicked out if Denji didn't give her a snack to quiet her down. So we're gonna give her another chaotic neutral.
Your arsenal, while impressive, was made entirely of blood weapons and left Power anemic.
Realizing Power and Denji are no match for the Katana Man and Akane, Makima gets another Special Forces officer and focuses on training them. This man is Kishibe. To complete their training, they basically need to kill him. Denji and Power, while somewhat immortal, are beaten again and again, trying as hard as they can to get any win at all. Since this is a sort of life or death training that they don't really get a say in, Power gets a lawful neutral for cooperating and actually taking it seriously.
I've been doing some hardcore training, and it made me a badass. Sideburn guy's gonna get dead.
Aye, to overcome their base thuggery with our razor-keen minds. 'Tis a trivial matter.
With Kishibe confident in Power and Denji's training, Special Forces 4 find out where Katana Man and his gang are located. They surround the building and break in for the climax of Season 1. Power gets separated from Denji when she goes into a blood rage. Fortunately for her, Aki and Denji both catch the priority targets and accomplish the mission despite their lack of help from Power. Chaotic neutral. So Season 1 of Chainsaw Man does not feature Power in a lot of situations that challenge her resolve or worldview. The first time we actually see her have any internal reflection is when she's betrayed by the Bat Devil and he eats her cat. In that moment, she begins to empathize a little bit with Denji and understands that there are some common grounds between devils and humans. Denji was especially useful in this situation because he was the bridge between devil and human in this show. More on him in 2 weeks. However, Power is what happens when you start domesticating what is essentially a wild animal. She has slowly moved away from the evil that she wants and desires to do and simply becomes something of a playful but aggressive gremlin once her violent tendencies are pretty much curbed. I will go ahead and say that I am actually a pretty big fan of the manga, and shortly after the season aired, I did go ahead and buy the rest of it and read it, and I promise you guys that if Season 2 covers the rest of the series, Power quickly becomes best girl. I really like her and Denji's relationship as it advances, and it's very good when it comes up. But that is a discussion for when the anime finally catches up. I believe it should come out next year. Editor, do a quick look for me. Confirm? We confirmed? Good. Thank you to the patrons, and I'll see you all next week for the second member of our Tritagonists.